my best trait, I say fashion, cause everything's a statement, and I be killing fabrics. Every fit I create is great, it screams bad chicken. At this rate, the hate is seems average and misplaced.
Hey guys, it's Shanice. Welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome if you're new. It's finally summer, and summer in New York City is literally a top tier summer. No other state can top New York City in the summer. I'm a little bit biased, as you can already see with the shirt. I'm from New York City. This list will range of things to do, whether it's free or pricey, although they will be in no particular order. Before we begin this video, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment if you have any other things that I didn't say that you can do within New York City in the summer down below in the comment section throughout the video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification bells to stay updated with my future videos. The first place on this list happens to be Summer One Vanderbilt. Summer One Vanderbilt is actually located on East 42nd Street, and I actually went here a couple of weeks ago with my best friend. Shout out to her. I'll also include the reel that I posted on Instagram. You can choose to experience this place within the daytime or the nighttime. My best friend and I experienced the daytime. It honestly was probably the most beautiful place that I've been to in a little while, just off of the fact that you're able to see the New York City skyline from so high above. In the location as well, they have like these reflecting mirrors. One thing to note is you will have to wear a certain pair of shoes. And I just mean it as in like you can't wear heels or you can't wear certain cleats just because they don't want to damage the mirrors on the floor. It can be a little bit pricey, but if you are a New York City resident, you can get discounts on your tickets. I will also add the ticket list right here. Summit One Vanderbilt does have 3 different general admissions. So you can have just the regular general admissions to experience the whole Summit One Vanderbilt building and the New York City observation desk. Then for the second one, they have the general admissions as well as the ascent elevator. My best friend and I actually got this ticket. So within the elevator, you're able to go up 1,200 feet and kind of also see the skyline from even higher than you already were. And then for the third admissions, it includes the general admissions, that elevator ride, as well as a drink. The next place on the list is this Oasis in Central Park. So y'all are probably wondering, what is this? Recently, New York City has opened up a skating rink in Central Park, and I think it's just kind of like a pop-up for the summer. But with this disc Oasis, it kind of like transforms you into like the disco era, which is pretty cool. I feel like skating or like roller skating has been popping up a lot more, and a lot more people are trying to learn or just have fun in that regard. So this is a cool way if you want to experience something new, if you're trying to learn how to roller skate, if maybe you did it when you were younger and you miss it. I know back in the day when I was younger, they used to have the Empire skating rink, but then it closed down. So I think I'm definitely gonna try this, just, you know, to relive my old skating days. This place is open from Wednesdays to Sundays, and they do have a daytime experience as well as a nighttime experience, kind of similar to the Summit One Vanderbilt. For their daytime experience, it is open from 10 a.m. to 4:30, and then for the nighttime experience, it is open from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Tickets can also be a little bit pricey when it comes to the disc Oasis, but if you are a New York City resident, you also can get a discount on some of those tickets. Disc Oasis also has a bar in case you're trying to get those summer drinks, as well as live performances throughout the day and night. The next thing New York City has to offer are movies in the park. Both Brooklyn Bridge and Bryant Park have movie lists set up for the summer. And guys, honestly, this was probably one of the best parts of my summer when I was younger. I mean, I'm still young, but a little younger than I was now. I used to go to the movies in the park with my friends. We would bring blankets and snacks, and this is how we saved the money. And if you're trying to save money this summer, this is one of the things you can do. Make sure to look up the movie schedule on the website. I will include the website down in the description box so you can kind of check it out. I actually have some details on my phone. So for Brooklyn Bridge Park, they actually have some movies like How Stella Got Her Groove Back, as well as Crazy Rich Asians and more. And then for Bryant Park, they actually have movies such as Scream 2, The Godfather Part 2, and so much more. So if you are interested in any of those movies, make sure to go check them out. But yeah, that's definitely a way to save money if you're trying to be outside. The next thing you can do in New York City is attend Smorgasburg, which actually happens to be the largest open air food market in America. And you can attend it right here in New York City. They do have a couple of different locations and it's weekly. So if you miss 1 week, you can go another week. On Fridays, the Smorgasburg food market is located within the World Trade Center area from about 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturdays, Smorgasburg is located within the Williamsburg area from about 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And also if you're close to the Jersey City area, it's also available in Jersey City on Saturdays as well. Same time, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you don't want to go on Friday or Saturday, you also do have another chance to visit Smorgasburg in Prospect Park on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The last time I visited Smorgasburg was in 2019. It was such a fun experience. Definitely make sure you have some moolah. There are different food and dessert vendors, as well as they have fruits, they have drinks. Really fun experience, especially if you're a foodie. Make sure you get to go visit. We're halfway through. For number 5, we have Governor's Island, which actually holds a special place in my heart. This is my favorite place to visit in New York City, just because it always feels like a getaway from New York City, although you're still in New York City, if you understand what I mean. This place has so much things to do. The last time I went was 2019, and since then, they have added so much more things you can do on the island. They have bike rentals, they have the hammock grove in case you're looking for something to relax on. They also do have large lots of grass, so if you're someone who wants to have a picnic, you can bring your friends, your date along and have a picnic. They also have a view of the New York City skyline. I also have some additional details. So in order to get to Governor's Island, you will need to take a ferry. And there are a couple different locations where you can catch this ferry. Whenever I go to Governor's Island, I always take the ferry from Manhattan, but there is a location in Brooklyn that you can also take it from. So from Manhattan, the Manhattan location is daily and you can catch it at 10 South Street. For this one, on Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, and Mondays, they have it at the Brooklyn Bridge Park, and you can pick up the ferry at the Brooklyn Bridge Park Pier 6. For Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, and Mondays, you can also catch the ferry at the Red Hook Atlantic Basin. And you can enter this at the corner of Pioneer Street and Hanover Street. The ferry is actually $4, which is crazy to me because I remember when it was $2, but inflation has just been causing everything to go up. The ferry is free for certain groups. I will put the list here. It also includes senior citizens and things of that sort. So just if you are in one of those groups, make sure you keep note of that because you can get a free ticket. Another key thing to note is passengers can ride for free on Saturdays and Sundays if you do arrive before noon. For me, it's really hard to wake up, so I haven't had that luxury of not paying. But if you are an early riser, make sure you get there early before noon. That way you don't have to pay. Food is usually very expensive on the island, so I definitely recommend packing your own just so you don't have any other extra expenses outside of paying for the ferry. Governor's Island has definitely grown over the last couple of years to include more weekly activities. They also have public programs as well as events. The last time I went, they were building a pool and a spa, and now all of a sudden it's been open. So I have to go back and check it out this summer just to see what it looks like. And I recently saw something, they just included glamping. So I'm not sure of the full details, but it's basically like camping, but it's nicer. So not in a tent on the ground. Supposedly there's a bed, there's a bathroom in there. If you guys are interested, you can do more research. I'll put the links down below in the description box. Next on the list, we have Rise New York, and this place is actually located down Times Square area. If you guys haven't seen already, I do have a vlog for this place on my channel. I honestly love this place. I love New York so much, and this place actually shows like an ode to New York. It showcases New York City's culture and how it came to be. So if you are interested, you can check out my vlog just to kind of experience and see if you would like to visit. The adult ticket price is $29, and I honestly feel like when I went a couple months ago, it was $25. So just be aware, inflation is starting to cause things to rise, as well as these ticket prices. So if you are looking to visit, definitely recommend you visiting sooner than later. My favorite part of Rise New York was the stimulation ride at the end. It's kind of like a roller coaster that takes you through some of the landmarks within New York City, such as Barclays Center, World Trade Center, Empire State Building, some of the parks and different things within New York City. I don't remember everything off the top of the list, but if you are interested in seeing what it looks like, I would definitely recommend you checking out my blog. The next place on this list is Olfactory in New York City. This is the one place on this list that I've been wanting to do probably since last fall. If you guys don't know, I do have a slight obsession when it comes to fragrances. And this place allows you to create and customize your own fragrance. Like, how dope is that? So I do want to make sure I get this experience this summer. The only thing is, one fragrance will cost you $85. Guys, this place took up their price because it definitely was $80 last fall. Not that that makes it any better, and you guys are probably only saying $5, but $5 is a lot. So if you are interested, it is $85 for the workshop of creating your own custom fragrance. The whole process will take about 20 to 45 minutes. Olfactory New York City actually has 2 locations within New York City, one in West Village on Bleecker Street and one in Nolita, I think that's how you pronounce it, one in Nolita on Mott Street. So you can kind of figure out which one is closer to you or which one you want to go to the most and go create your own fragrance. Next, we have Wick and Pour. If you're someone who is into candles, things that smell good, this experience is for you. This is a candle making workshop that is led by an instructor. So that's a really cool experience that you can get to create your own candle. They do allow you to pick your own fragrances, mix it, and then you will have time to also let your candle cool down as well. The whole experience is $50 for 2 hours. I think the whole experience of just making the candle takes about an hour, and then they let it cool down before leaving the workshop. This place is also located within Manhattan on Mott Street. So again, if you're someone who is interested in making your own candles, you want to make sure that it has a fragrance that you like, this is an experience that you can definitely consider throughout this summer. This one is for people who like the indoors a little bit more. You know, you want some AC, and maybe it's a little too hot outside for you. Number 9 on the list is museums. If you're in New York City, you have to visit some of the museums that New York City has to offer, such as the Met, the MoMA. There's also the Transit Museum. I feel like a lot of people don't always go there, but the Transit Museum is located downtown Brooklyn. I went there back when I was still in college. You can kind of like experience some of like the old time trains. A lot of the time, some of these museums either have a free day or a discounted day. So you can also look into that if you're looking to save some money but want to be outside. And for the last one, you cannot, I will repeat, you cannot be in New York City and not go to brunch or on a rooftop bar for the summer. It's just not happening. You have to at least go to brunch. In saying that, I do have one place to recommend and one place only. Make sure you visit Brooklyn Bezos. I went earlier this year, and that place has some good rum punch. If you're trying to get drunk, Brooklyn Bezos does it. But other than that, I will give you 2 pages that I love to look up places to visit on TikTok. They do have a lot of restaurants that they do recommend and review. One thing about a lot of the restaurants that are popping up so far, a lot of them are just aesthetically pleasing and they don't always have good food. So make sure you do your own research and reviews of the food at that specific restaurant. But the 2 pages are tablefortwonyc NYC as well as foodiegirltour. Both of those pages are great. They always recommend a lot of the restaurants or even some things to do within New York City. So make sure you follow them as well. Not sponsored. I just love their content. Since I don't want to make this video too long, if you are looking for more ideas to do throughout the summer, I will include a few others down in the description box. Otherwise, you can also follow these two pages. I love their content as well because they do add a lot of the pop-up things that happen throughout New York City within the summer. These two pages are Secret NYC. They do have an Instagram as well as a TikTok, as well as New York City, well, NYC Sneaky Links, and they also have Instagram and TikTok. So depending on what site you're on, you can check out their content. This is the end of the video. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below some of the other fun things to do in New York City this summer. And before you leave, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification bell so you can stay updated with my videos. Have a fun and safe summer. And until next time, bye guys.